Look, we just have to get a handle on immigration in this country. I know it. I believe it's going down. I believe it. There's a bunch of different studies, not just the government. You can check other studies like cell phone utilization, new cell phones, and definitely newcomers to Canada are way down. But here's what we got to get a hold of. Wild, wild stats today about refugees. Refugees have apparently hit 500,000 people. Like one in every 83 Canadians is a refugee. All right. This does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. Let me give you some really, really simple ideas. If you came to Canada on a student visa, foreign student visa, you got to go back. You can't apply as a refugee because that doesn't make any sense. You can't come here under one pretense. Say, yeah, I'm just here for schooling. It doesn't look like I'm getting my PR card. I'm a hunted person in my country. I am abused. I am discriminated against. I mean, wait a second. Didn't you just come as a student? And now all this other stuff has come up? I say no. I say all students, all student visas, when they expire, all students have to go back. They can reapply later they can find some other way to apply if they wish, okay? Temp workers. Okay, so you came here to work on a temporary basis. You understood that. And all of a sudden, because you can't get a permanent residency card, you're oppressed. You're very oppressed. And you're an oppressed minority, and your life's in danger. Your life is in danger if you go back to your home. No, I don't think so. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's you came here to work, you understood it was temporary, and now you must return. Okay. This is not discriminating against anybody. This is not being mean, okay? You came here for this, and now it's over, and the word temporary or student was always attached to it, right from the get-go. So yes. Okay, so am I against all asylum seekers? No. I mean, clearly in the case of war, I think people should be allowed to escape. I mean, some people want to stay and fight. Some people just want to stay, period. But some people, particularly those with families, young children, say, look, I just got to get out. I'm scared for my life. I'm quite prepared to listen to that, okay? Let's have those applications. I'm okay. But can we not ask ourselves, what about all the other applications? So I know I'm not an immigration expert, but I do know, if you're in the mortgage business, you get exposed to immigration statuses. So I know there's a bunch of reasons why people claim refugee status. And I think, other than war, and I think some of them are okay to think about, but I think others of them don't make any sense. I mean, I think that you can't just put up your hand and decide that you're an oppressed political person in your country when you never served in any kind of government and you never ran for any kind of office. And I know there'll be a bunch of comments that says, "Oh, you're wrong. You're dead wrong, fat bastard. You can be in danger." Yeah, listen, look, I mean, there's some countries that don't accept any asylum seekers, like zero, like none. So I think our system can be fair, but we have to manage what we're doing. Look, all of us, every one of us saw the disaster of 1.2 million people a year for a couple of 3 years. Like the destructive impact on rents, of people's lives shaken up by uncontrolled rental increases, okay? By no hope of finding a summer job, because guess what? We got all these temp workers here working away. We got some of them working illegally. Some of them are kicking back to the employer because there's so many people here, okay? We watched it happen. We watched youth unemployment go through the roof. I mean, it's obvious. It's not There's no need for an investigation. Okay, none, zero. It was just a huge, horrific, maybe one of the top mistakes that the government's made in the last 50 years. All right. So, I would beg our federal government to become very transparent on this issue. State the obvious. Students must go home. Temp workers must go home on the expiry of their visas, unless they are a very critical temp worker who needs to say, by the way, I'm okay with temp workers. We just have to go back to the very useful, dedicated agricultural workers. Here's the thing. Some of these agricultural workers have been coming to Canada in the summers for 20 years. I mean, they must think the gig's okay. I mean, and we must think they're okay. They come for the summer, they return. It just works. It just works. That's all you can say. There's no reason to screw with it. It works. Keep it. Okay. Some high-skilled jobs. If we have a shortage of medical doctors, engineers, lab techs, like nurses, if we have shortages, let's fill them with the best students from abroad. Why not? And if those people, once they finish their training and schooling, want a chance to stay here, why not? I mean, yeah, we could use a lot more engineers in Canada. We sure as hell could use a lot more doctors and nurses. So yes, on the very select basis we used to do it before, let's continue. But no more to the foreign students. Radically curtail the asylum seekers. And federal government, you got to give us a number. You got to say, here it is, $350 a year, permanent residence. Permanent residence at only $350,000 a year. Might be, I don't know, maybe it's $400. I think it's really $350 or less. And that's a guarantee for 3 years. Very much an immigration system under control. We will not vary from it. We guarantee it. That's what we need to hear from the government, because we need to get rents under control, home prices under control. We can't build enough fast enough to completely supply everybody with the houses that they want, because they don't all want modular yurts, okay? But let's get that under control, improve our situation so that people are happy again with their rents, with their housing conditions. That's all you have to do. But be transparent, tell the truth, put it in writing, and live by it. That's the right way to go.